All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Um, Happy Year of the Rabbit. Um, Michael wants to know how I'm doing. I'm doing well. And was I able to nail down a time to do a live stream or a video with Jenny Silver? For those of you who might be new or who might not know, Jenny Silver and I became friends when we started our YouTube channels, talking at the same time about things like unemployment here in the state of California and things like the middle class tax refund. I have not been in touch with Jenny in terms of finding out a good time to go live with her, but you're right. It's probably about time to do that again. Hi, Debbie. Now you say hand pink waving. Oh, is this a it might be the program I'm using, but that's how it shows up to me here on my live. Before I get too far into it, I do want to talk about the middle class tax refund. There are still some people who have not received it. And again, I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't think you should worry about it. The reason why is because, sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, sorry. All right. I have to switch is because right here on the franchise tax board, they've added yet another group of people who have not received it yet. And actually, there's still two groups of people that might not have received it just yet. So we're going to go over that. And you guys know I'm scrolling because I know right where to go to. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right page. Hi, Miri. It's good to see all of you in here. Okay, we're going to talk about the middle class refund, and then we're going to switch gears. We'll talk about finance, but we'll talk about some other exciting things that have happened to me and or some of my friends this week, and then some not so great things that have happened, unfortunately, to my mom. I mean, she's fine, like in terms of her health and everything, but okay, middle class tax refund first. So the first group of people who might not have received their middle class tax refund yet are people who changed their banking information since filing their 2020 tax return. Those people were supposed to get it between December 17th of 2022 last year and 1/14 of 2023. And you guys are probably saying, well, but Shelly, that's come and gone. But oh, where is it? Oh, yeah, now they're changing it right down here. It's right there. It's right underneath that information to allow up to 2 weeks from the issue date to receive your debit card by mail. Let's go ahead and click that and expand it to see what it says. Or does that take us somewhere else altogether? Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so anyway, a lot of you are like, but I didn't change my bank account information. So I know if you've been on the channel, you've heard me go through this before, but we're going to go through it one more time to people who are just finding this while they're searching for why they haven't received theirs yet. So, and it's tax season right now. So we're probably all about to do this again. TurboTax, H&R Block, Liberty Tax, whoever does your taxes, they are most likely offering you to do your federal taxes for free. Then when you get to the end, yeah, Debbie, we can talk about my YouTube income as well. Okay, so you file your federal taxes for free. Then from there, it asks you, do you want to file your state taxes with us? But then it's going to cost you something like $14.99 or $29.99, something like that. But it's like, we already have your information. Do you just want us to plug it in and see if you get a refund? And you're already like happy because you're getting federal money back in most cases. So you're like, yeah, sure. Let me just see if I'm going to get something back from state also. Then you get to the end and it's like, you're getting $200 back. And again, you're excited. You're like, okay, I'm getting more money back. Then it says do you want to go ahead and file with us? And you say, yes. So you file your state taxes. You pay that $14.99 or that $29.99. But it asks you, do you want to pay the state tax preparation fee out of your refund? And if you're anything like me, you said yes, because why would I pay money out of my own pocket if I can just have a slightly lower refund amount, right? So doing that, which I think most people do, right? I would have done that. It causes the refund to kind of first route through your tax preparer's bank account information so that they can take their fee out of your refund. After that, then it circles in. Ugh, Joel, don't lose faith. Then um, from there, it had to be returned from your tax preparer's bank account information to the franchise tax board, and then it appears to them that your bank account information changed, even if it didn't. Okay. And then the other group of people who haven't gotten it yet are people whose address actually changed since filing their 2020 tax return. And those have not even started going out. Those are going to start to go out January 30th through February 14th. And then because you have this 2-week time frame. Oh, and by the way, if you call the franchise tax board, they'll tell you to allow 4 weeks. So it's 2 weeks after February 14th. So Joel, unfortunately, it wouldn't surprise me if you called in the future, if they change that date to say, don't worry unless you get it by February 28th. Because there are still some people that will be getting it then. Oh, Linda said that she put 23K in Yada Bank. It's YOTTA, but that's okay. Hopefully you used my link and got some like bonus referral points for that. They do have really good interest rates, just like Ally Bank. Linda, I will tell you, and I haven't looked really closely at this, that I I think they only give like the really good interest rates on like the first 10,000. And Ally Bank is another really good one that has a really high savings rate. We can maybe look at that in a minute. Joel, try not to panic. Money Network says to call back if I don't get it by the 31st and I'm losing faith. Don't lose faith. You really should still be getting it. I don't know why in your situation, though, you haven't already received it. Okay. And then XSXPX1 says, what about amended tax returns? You still haven't received my middle class tax refund. You know, I don't know on that for sure. All I know is that really by February 28th, they should be done sending them out. Let me see if I can find that on this. And are you sure that you amended it within the time frame? Hold on one second. Okay, we're going to scroll back up and we're going to go to the help with middle class tax refund. Personal information concerns with your payment, identifying your payment. There were a lot of people that still got it this past week. Issues with your debit card, issues with your direct deposit. You didn't receive a payment. See, and even here, it's got different information than it has on the other page because here, Joel, you didn't receive a payment. MCTR payments will continue to be issued through January 15th of 2023. Check back after that date, plus the 2 weeks, if you have not received a payment and feel that you qualify. For details about eligibility requirements and payment schedules, visit the Determine Your Eligibility and When You'll Receive Your Payment sections. Oh, and let's just talk about for a minute about why I think that the people whose address have changed is going to go out last. I think what happens is it just takes a while. Like they tried to maybe send it to your old address and then maybe it did have to get returned. And then after it gets returned, it has to go back to the franchise tax board. They have to sort through it and then remail it out. Yeah, Infinity wants to know, is it Money Network that's behind mailing schedules or the franchise tax board? I think Money Network is the bigger culprit. That could be it. I believe it is being mailed out from Money Network, so they could be the ones that are causing it to go really slow. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, back to this. Other eligibility requirements. Okay, so amended your 2020 California tax return. Amending or filing your tax return after October 15th for most people of 2021, so that's last year, or February 15th is applicable. That's not going to apply to very many of my viewers. Will not qualify taxpayers for the payment. However, so did you do it after October 15th? I think you said you didn't amend it after and that you did it beforehand. But that should mean that you'll get it, I'm going to say by the latest February 28th. Okay, Debbie, and I haven't looked at this. So you asked about my YouTube income. So we'll get there in one moment. Let's see. Did I need to say anything else about the middle class tax refund? I don't think I do. One other thing, just if somebody's just popping in, if you just got paid and you got paid by the debit card from Money Network, well, we'll say two things. And you're looking for the free ATMs, do go to the My Money Network website and go to the ATM locator. That'll give you the locations where it should be free to withdraw that money. And the other thing that I'll say is if you do need to call the franchise tax board, and I don't actually recommend this though, I recommend just using the number at the bottom of the franchise tax board's website. But if you do need to go there, you can call using Claimer, and I always have my code for them in the description down below. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so some exciting things. Let's see if I can find, I don't know. My friend Phidias, he was trying to get a hug from Elon Musk. It took him like, I don't know, I think about 100 days. He finally hugged Elon Musk. So I'm like really excited for him. That was a really big goal for him, and he achieved that goal. Then the other kind of cool thing in my life, well, there's a couple. The other kind of cool thing is I participated in trying to break a world record, a Guinness World Record this week. Let's go and see. World's biggest pizza. Um, uh, okay, so now I wasn't at this part. I wasn't at the world's biggest pizza reveal, although it was in the same building. Iraq was also trying to break the record for the world's largest pizza party, and that's the part that I participated in. He had Young Gravy play. He had some of the people. I was in that hypnosis video on Tyler Blanchard's channel. You guys should check that out if you haven't already. You can barely see me, but I was in it, and that was pretty exciting. And then he's in a lot of Eric's videos. So I went to that, and it was kind of cool. I ran into one of my subscribers who also has a YouTube channel. Her name is Shay's Tube. So I met her, and she was really nice. So that was just kind of like a fun thing. And like I've never tried to break a world record before. So it'll be interesting to find out if we were successful at breaking the world record for the largest pizza party. And he did break the world record for the largest pizza. And this was it was a free event. Well, parking was $40, which was a little bit of a shock, but it was a free event. It was really cool. So I think it's great that he did that. And the other cool thing is I'm going to be going to Portugal later this year to see Madonna play with a couple of my friends. And I don't normally go on trips like that are for me or out of the US. So I think this will be like my third time ever out of the United States. Okay. Curly wants to know. Okay, let's go back. Joel, yeah, my Prius is doing good. Those tire sensors, I never fixed them and they went out, like the light went out. So either at this point, the light to the tire sensor has completely gone out, or it's still broken and the light went out. I honestly don't know. So I still need to fix the tire sensors and a couple of other things, like the minor things that weren't affecting the operation of the car, but that were going to add another $1,000. Those I didn't do. CR reminds everybody that the all point ATMs are the ones that are free and they're found inside of Walgreens. And those can also be, well, I don't know if they're all point, but inside of Target as well. Let's go over to that. Anyway, I always like meeting other creators, and I did have fun at the Eric pizza party. They did. I might make a little video about that. I always say that I'm going to make videos on stuff, and then I don't. Truth be told, guys, Debbie, you asked about my job. It's going great, but we're still kind of settling in. We've been open just over a month, so I'm still working a lot. Unfortunately, yesterday my boss was under the weather, so I worked another 12-hour shift. And to be completely honest, like my mom, who's in the other room and does not want to participate in this, said that, what did she say? I don't know. She saw that I was struggling waking up. Curly says, is it possible that some people are getting the MCTR by check? They're not supposed to get that by check. It should just be a debit card or a direct deposit. So no checks should be going out. Although Debbie says you can request a paper check for that refund by calling into Money Network with no penalty or issue. It's an easy way to cash out, FYI. So let's go over to the Money Network page. Also, every time I bump my computer, it's doing something weird. At the Eric event, one more thing, like, it's just because, like, I very rarely do stuff that I'm excited about anymore, right? And I almost didn't go to this opportunity. Yeah, it was like gimmicky. Yes, like I needed to get inspired by helping other YouTubers and like being around that kind of energy. It's good for me. But like I've never tried to break a world record before. Like that's cool in itself being part of that. Let's see if they show this pizza. So this is inside really SoFi Stadium. So that's it. I don't know if it's the stadium floor, if it's just a different floor, but yeah, he broke the world record, and that's just really cool. And while you were there, you got like I have a coupon for free pizza, by the way, Mom, if we have a lot of food to eat, but coupon for free pizza. I got like a free t-shirt. I got a free tote bag. Got to see Young Gravy for free. So it was just kind of cool. Okay. What was I going to look up? Money Network. Okay, here we go. Money Network ATM. Well, let's just go here because this should get us to the page. Okay, so this is the ATM locator. I don't even know what area this is. Sandy's, what? Why is it showing me in Georgia? Who knows? But anyway, you would go to this website and type in your address or zip code, and then it would show you where they all are. And yeah, Walgreens, Targets. So that's where you want to go for those. Let's go to home and see if it tells me anything about money. No, it doesn't. Let me go from the Franchise Tax Board site, because then that'll take me to the right section. Okay, so now we're going to the Money Network FAQ. Let me make sure that I'm sharing the right page. I am. Fraud. How much will it be? How will I receive my payment? Let's see if it says it in that section about requesting. Oops, nope. When will I receive my card? How do I activate my card? Can I get cash? Also, Joel, let's go to this section. What if my MCTR card is lost or stolen? If you've misplaced your card, that's not the situation, but let's go through that anyway. If you've misplaced your card, you can lock your card by logging in online to prevent unauthorized transactions or ATM withdrawals while you look for it. If your card is permanently lost, call customer service at 1-800-240-0223. Once again, 1-800-240-0223. And choose the option for assistance with a replacement, reissue, lost or stolen card. Your lost or stolen card will be deactivated to prevent anyone from using it, and upon your request, a replacement card will be provided to you, and then allow 7 to 10 business days to receive your new card in the mail. And please see your cardholder agreement. Ba, 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 ba. I don't see I don't see on here that you can request a paper check, but I am not, I'm skimming this section. Let's see. And again, it just kind of says to contact them. Let's see if there's a different way to contact them. Send us a message, send a chat. So again, claimer will call the franchise tax board, not Money Network, but they will call them for you if you need, or if you do need to call Money Network, again, that number 1-800-240-0223. Okay. I did not help make that pizza. I was on he was trying to break two world records. One was for the world's largest pizza, and the other was for the world's largest pizza party. So I think that the pizza was actually on the other side of the room. And I saw a lot of people commenting like, "Oh, I hope he gave that to the homeless." And it's my understanding that he did, and that he gave all that pizza to who? To like food banks also and things like that. I will also say, I guess it's like to celebrate Pizza Hut's Big New Yorker, and I do like Pizza Hut. I like their stuffed crust pizza. But anyway, my best friend and me, whenever we want to order pizza, like I'm a Pizza Hut girl and my best friend is like a Domino's person. So we always like have to debate where we're gonna get pizza. And then sometimes if we can't agree, we go to Round Table. But anyway, I did not help make the pizza because they had to wear like special shoes and everything. Anyway, the reason why I'm pretty sure that he's telling the truth that he gave it out to like homeless people and stuff is I saw like a crazy amount of Domino's pizza delivery cars like all around SoFi Stadium when they were doing the event. So I think that they were taking the pizza out. Okay. Alex is commenting on Madonna. Awesome. You love her controversial 1992 album Erotica. I do too. And so this is like her celebration tour where she's doing like 40 years of hits. I'm like True Blue, La Isla Bonita, like what's the other one? Holiday, like all of those, like the really old ones. Who's That Girl? Causing a Commotion. Madonna has a lot, Like a Virgin, Like a Prayer. um, so yeah, so like the early 80s Madonna is probably more my jam. I have seen Madonna play one other time, but like I'm really going this time so that I can do the travel outside of the country. Okay. So I did the Eric Pizza, world's biggest pizza party this week. My friend Phidias finally got his hug from Elon. Now we got to talk about my mom. Um, Oh, and Debbie wants to know, I did tell my friends, am I taking you with me to the Madonna concert? I don't know if I'll film, but my friend made like this beautiful picture and I was like, maybe I'll do some vlogging in Portugal. So maybe. Um, oh my God, Alex, please don't say that. Old woman trying to be 20. Haha. Kind of desperate and sad. I feel like that's my future. Like, what am I doing? Sometimes, like, hanging out with these young YouTubers, trying to be inspired. Okay, Debbie says, has my mom moved in? Not yet. She is here now. So let me tell you guys what happened with that. Um, as you know, last week she was having electrical problems and high blood pressure. I think I needed to start my mom a TikTok for her health issues so that just the general public can comment. But her blood pressure was really high, probably because she was stressed out because the electric in her house went out. Like I'm talking like she had burnt melted wires behind a light switch, right? So that's definitely not good. She first noticed a smell, then she saw like orange fiery looking stuff behind the light switch. So she turned off all the breakers, which is good, but then she was like, I'm gonna spend the whole night in the cold. She lives in a metal trailer. It gets very, very cold. Debbie, you might want to know this as well. Because remember, you were asking me about the mini split heating system that I have. So my mom was running a lot of space heaters, which are one, expensive, and two, like notorious for like getting hot, causing electrical issues. So I thought, I love my mini split so much. I'm going to call the same people that installed mine and see if they can do it at her house. One, it is really expensive now. It was like going to be like $5,000 or more than $5,000 just for one unit. Then they said that they wouldn't even be comfortable installing it because her trailer's metal. And I was like, but the neighbor has one. And they were like, that's a manufactured home. Like it has different kinds of walls. The walls aren't metal, but the walls on my mom's trailer are metal. So he said that that was like actually a trailer and that he couldn't even do the install. So he didn't even like quote us a price. So anyway, that happened, but the other electrician put in a dedicated panel for my mom's space heater and she was fine for a few days and then she noticed the smell again. And PS mom, I know you're watching, so this is exactly how I would tell the story on Wednesday if you send me by myself to meet with them. Okay, so my mom noticed a smell again. And then she noticed an orange flash from under the refrigerator. She went in, like, inspected the refrigerator, seemed fine. I think she kind of left everything. Then she noticed the orange flash coming from underneath the refrigerator again. And that's when she went to turn off all the breakers again, because we don't have the breakers labeled there, so we don't really know like exactly which breaker does what. But once she turned them off and she wanted to turn them back on to test them, whoever fixed the electrical the last time, like put some sort of like thing over the breaker panel. I don't know because I didn't see it. But they put some sort of thing over the breaker panel so that she can't turn the breakers on individually. She has to do it as groups. So we don't know why they did that. So they're coming to give us another estimate or to look at it on Wednesday. My mom's here with me now. She's not moved in yet. But she is thinking about it because let's circle back to her high blood pressure for a second. She did read that when it's cold, that can make your blood pressure worse. And I don't know how much I've shared with you guys. I didn't have and I still don't have like central heating in my house. I didn't have a good heater in my house until the pandemic. I used to sit literally 2 inches in front of a space heater because the insulation's not good in my house. So, unless you were sitting right in front of the space heater, like if you were sitting across the room, that warm air dissipated and you were back to being in the cold air. So, I would sit like literally with my knees, and sometimes I would hold my hands right up to the space heater. And I kid you not, I had a ski mask for when I slept because I'm one of those people when my extremities get cold. So if my nose gets cold, my fingers get cold, or my toes get cold, I can't, like, I have trouble warming up the rest of me. So I was like, how do I keep my nose warm, but I can still see and breathe? And so I was sleeping with a ski mask. Anyway, my mom, so that's how cold it used to be in my house that I was sleeping with a ski mask. My mom it isn't sleeping with a ski mask, but it's the same situation. The insulation's not good in her house, so it gets cold. And she did read that being in a cold environment can raise your blood pressure. So her blood pressure has been a little bit better since she's here, but we are a little worried about that. Okay, enough about that. CR says that 600, or was it 300 California stimulus that was sent out last year. I read recently that the federal IRS is taxable, but not California Tax Board. Is this correct? Yes and no. Let's Google, let me look at that really quickly before we talk about anything else. Is the MCTR taxable? So the reason why I say yes and no, and it says right here, okay, taxable income. Oh, look, and it's already highlighted right there in me for purple. So if you received $600 or more, that's not the section in purple. So that would be married individuals. That would be people who were single, but you had a dependent. Basically, unless you were single, your payment would be more than, I think it was 350. You'll receive a 1099 MISC, 1099 MISC, taxable income. The middle class tax payment is not taxable for California state income tax purposes. You don't need to claim the payment as income on your California income tax return. But this again is probably going to confuse people because so normally you file your federal taxes first, and then at the end, it asks if you want to use the information from your federal taxes on your California taxes. You don't need to report it as income on your California state income tax return, but it says they may be considered federal income, and you should consult the IRS or your tax professional regarding the federal tax treatment of these payments. And again, it's only $600 or more if you would even receive the 1099 miscellaneous for this payment. And Debbie was kind of asking, this kind of ties into my YouTube income. Since I am still an affiliate with Claimer, right? Claimer, if I make more than $600 from them, they will automatically send me a 1099 miscellaneous form. If I make under, they won't. You're still supposed to report it on your federal tax return in terms of Claimer because that's income I'm receiving for my business. But really, then you're kind of on the Scouts honor system. Girl Scouts were 3, I think Boy Scouts are 2. I don't know. Anyway, the Scouts honor system to report it if you're not sent a 1099 miscellaneous, but usually you're supposed to. But again, I'm not a tax professional, so definitely check with your tax professional on that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Linda is saying, call the Money Network and speak to a person for a paper check. And Debbie says that toll-free number is correct. The network hides the paper check fact, but will honor the verbal request. And Debbie, I trust you on that. Okay. If it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Haha, that frozen pizza isn't that good. No, it's not. Okay. The network makes money on the ATM cards, which is why they promote that method. Yep, that of course is true. Are we going to Portugal with me? I'll try and at least post some pictures. Okay. I'll take some photos and videos. I don't know when I'll get them up though. I still owe you guys a video from when I camped in Yosemite. I have lots of videos that I need to work on. I'm hoping that I have time to do that sometime soon. And here's the thing about those other really successful YouTubers like Eric and Phidias, who got the hug from Elon, and Mr. Beast, all those popular YouTubers, they really work their cabooses off. Like they don't rest, which is part of what motivated me to get up this morning and do this because I'll tell you, I was still asleep at 10:18 a.m. when my alarm went off and I did not want to get up. So this seems like a good time to ask you guys to please like the video while I take a sip of coffee because I still don't feel awake. That 12-hour shift, man, I don't know. And I hurt my back a little bit. Anyway, it's fine. Okay. Hi, Scotty. The Big Cheese says, with all the massive rain that happened, is California 100% recovered from the drought? Not at all. I think 95% of the state is not in severe drought mode anymore. We can Google that really quick. Has CA recovered from drought? Oh, look, there's even a drought.gov website. I didn't know that. This is interesting. Drought in your area, report impacts. Okay. So here's the map, right? Okay. Yellow means it's abnormally dry, which is 99.4% of California. Moderate drought is 92.1% of California. Severe drought, 42.8%. Extreme drought. Okay, so it got us all out of the extreme drought section. So it's not red and it's not this dark purple. It's not exceptional drought and it's not extreme drought. But and 99.4% it's saying is just abnormally dry. So I don't see any section where it says that we're out of the drought. Although I guess the 99.4% says it no longer uses the word drought. So that's good. But there is still a big portion that's this dark orange color. So kind of more there in the middle and up north. Okay. Happy Lunar New Year. It's the year of the rabbit. Oh, look at the little bunny pictures. Uh-oh, no sound. Uh-oh, has the sound come back? I can't tell. Am I muted? No? Curly, is it working again? Yeah, anytime you earn at least $600 in income, you're required to report and claim that income. Yes, and that's why the $600 threshold will result in sending you a 1099 miscellaneous form. So like if I'm going to just keep using Claimer as the example, I don't think that I made $600 from Claimer this past year. I get $5 here, $10 there in like affiliate information or commission payments. I don't think it totaled $600 this year. Not many people, thankfully, need to use their services. If I make less, it's my responsibility to report it on my own. They're not going to send me the 1099 MISC. Okay. I don't know why the sound went out. That's super weird, but I'm sorry about that. I'm glad that you guys have sound. Okay. Andy says, what is the stream about? You're kind of confused. So we're talking about everything. We're talking about things that I did this week. My friend Phidias, he hugged Elon Musk. So we talked a little bit about that. I went to Eric's world's largest pizza party trying to break a Guinness World Record. Currently, we're talking about the drought, but we're also talking about finance, the middle class tax refund here in the state of California. You can kind of guide it by whatever your questions are. So welcome to the stream. They're often all over the place because I don't want to stay on any one topic too long. But yeah, any questions you have, mostly surrounding finance, I love to talk about. We're going to maybe get into my YouTube earnings. Right now, we're talking about whether we have to report the middle class tax refund on our federal tax return. So I'm going to go back to Curly's comment. So and you kind of said it in your own comment, anytime you earn at least $600, and that's why even on the official Franchise Tax Board site, they're saying you may need to report it on your federal income tax return and to check with your tax preparer. And this is why I can't answer either. That is true for earned income. If you earn it from Uber, if you earn it from Claimer, if you earn it from a business, right, where you're an independent contractor and that's what's generating the 1099 miscellaneous form, then yes, you need to report it. But probably what this is alluding to is we didn't earn this. We didn't ask for it. I mean, we wanted it, but it's not like we went out and earned the money. And also, let's just talk about if it was taxable for a second. Let's say that you're in the 22% tax bracket. Heck, let's even say that you wind up that this puts you over and you somehow owe 24% in taxes. Let's say on the $700 amount times 0.24, the most it would increase your tax liability on the federal side would be by $168. If you got 700, you might at the high end kind of need to pay $168 on taxes on that money. But does that mean you're going to owe taxes? Not necessarily, because remember, most of us get refunds back. So let's say you got refunds of $1,000 back. Now, potentially, if you were in the 24% tax bracket, which probably most of us aren't, but if you were, then you might owe $168. But instead of having to pay that, just instead of getting your $1,000 refund, you would get an $832 refund. Does that make sense? So, and that's if. Again, check with your tax preparer because I am not a tax preparer. And then Curly is saying, you think you need to report it if it's over 600, but not necessarily owe anything on it. Correct. Yeah, and that's why they're just saying check with your tax preparer. This also seems like a good time to remind everybody since it is tax season, and I don't know this year if I'm going to owe or not. I do want to talk about my YouTube income. I'm going to share my screen with you guys on that in just a second, and we'll look at exactly what I earned. Okay, but if you're self-employed, so if you have an Etsy store, right? And you made $400 or more in profit, right? So your net income, if that was more than $400, you need to report that to the IRS as well. That would be like if you started, I don't know, knitting and you bought your supplies with the intent of making a profit, right? If you make over $400 in profit, you need to report that as self-employment income. This is what tripped a lot of people up in terms of the PUA unemployment benefits. They were like, well, I was self-employed, but I didn't know that I had to report that income to the IRS. And here's why I think that confusion comes into place, right? She doesn't wanna, but Mom, if you see that, Debbie wants you to come say hello. Plus, if she opens the door, you guys are gonna see my dirty kitchen, but that'd be okay. All right. Tax threshold. For reporting income. Goodness. Also, Debbie, people are liking the movie A Man Called Otto. Okay. So this is what confused people. It says Minimum income to file taxes, single filing status. It says, like, oh, you need to have made at least $12,950 if you're under age 65 in order to file. And while that's true, if you worked a traditional job with a W 2 employer, it doesn't apply if you're self-employed, and you're considered self-employed if you made more than $400 in profit. So let's scroll down, and I'm only highlighting single on this because that's my filing status. That's the one I'm most familiar with. So it even says you might also be required to file for other reasons, such as if you're self-employed or paid on a 1099 miscellaneous form, or you bought health insurance from a state marketplace, if you're claimed as a dependent. And please see the IRS publication 501 for additional information. So for self-employed, you need to report it if it's over $400. But this is where all that confusion came in, and people were like, but I didn't file my taxes. I didn't know I needed to report it because I made under this $12,950 figure. How much can you earn from self-employment before paying tax? So we're going to click that one. Self-employment. This is right from the IRS website. Uh-oh. Okay. Where is it? Okay. What are my self-employed tax obligations? Last paragraph in this section. You have to file an income tax return if your net earnings from self-employment were $400 or more. If your net earnings from self-employment were less than $400, you still have to file an income tax return if you meet any other filing requirement listed on Form 1040 and 1040 SR. So, if you made more than $400 from self-employment, you do need to file taxes, and that's where people got confused, is because they were thinking, oh, well, I'm single. I made less than $12,950 after expenses, and so I don't need to file. And that's what caused a lot of the issues and delays with the PUA unemployment program. Hi, W. Uh-oh. No, I want to read Linda's. That very thick snow in the Sierra Nevada and other mountains will melt in the spring and bring more water. I think we're headed in the right direction. Yes, we are in terms of the drought. Okay, W says, approaching the first time I do not owe a car payment this month. Already, I feel the savings stacking up. It's nice not having a car payment. Yes, and please put it in a high yield savings account, either Yada Bank, which I like. I have them linked in the description down below. Or as Linda mentioned earlier, Ally Bank is also a good one. Both of those are only online banks, though. They don't have actual branches where you can go in. To make sure you're comfortable with that. I know with Yada Bank, it's really simple to transfer money in and out to a traditional bank if I need to. And then there's ATMs and things like that you can get your money out of as well. But if you want to like go in and speak to a person face to face, there's not a place for you to do that. They do have customer service. Anyway, make sure you're getting high interest on your savings and then hopefully be able to invest a little bit. I like Webull. I also have them linked in the description down below. Okay. Curly, we are not playing Missing. I don't think it did very well. So that's why I don't think we're playing it. Okay. Let's get into my YouTube income, which I have not looked at yet. A weird noise in my house. Okay. This person made a bunch of money with YouTube Shorts. No, that's not what we're looking at. We're going to look at my channel. Okay. Manage videos. So now I'm going into my YouTube channel analytics. And, oh, interesting. It's called Earn now. Okay. Still clicking analytics. Revenue. Okay. My CPM is pretty good at 1911. In the last 30 days, I've made about $166, but let's go with, we're going to go with the year of 2022. The total that I made was 4,800. This is actually more than I thought. January 1st. What? Oh, that's 2021. No. January 1st. Okay, these dates are weird because this is saying January 1st through December 31st of 2021 versus over here it says January 1st through December 31st of 2022. Let's see what these dates say. Is that right? My highest earnings day was $51. That was back in February of 2022. I'm going to assume that this is correct, even though it's got the wrong dates up there. Yeah, because, okay, let's see. This is the last 6 months. So in August, go away, video. In August, I made $223, September $177, October $496, November $454, and December, which that's actually not paid out until January, so it's not including that one in that income, $235. You guys contributed $456.61. So that's awesome. A lot of it's coming from channel memberships, which is definitely cool. Then super stickers and super chat, which I always appreciate, but no one has to do. And then the bulk of it is from ads. And my highest video of 2022 was the how to write an affidavit for proof of work, employment, or self-employment for PUA unemployment benefits. And again, that's largely because a lot of people didn't file their taxes because they didn't realize they had to. Okay. So now, out of this $4,821, then I have a lot of business expenses. Oh no, I just realized it's not sharing at all. Hold on. Share this tab instead. Okay. Let's make sure it's sharing the right page. Okay, so that's the analytics for how much the channel's made. And I'm sorry because I just went through all of that, so I don't think I'm going to go through it again. The RPM is good. The CPM is good. So that probably means that my video quality is getting a little bit better, that I'm figuring it out a little bit more. I'm going to put Debbie's comment back on there. And Debbie, the Chia Pet, I still have not put back up there. I haven't put more chia seeds on him yet. Okay, so again, my YouTube income, it was $4,821.72. But what the heck? That actually seems kind of high. I know I had a lot of business expenses, but right now off the top of my head, I don't remember what they are. So I'm going to see if I can find my QuickBooks. I know that the website was a really big expense, and that set me back about $2,000. Total profit. It's already got me for 2023. It has me at negative $14. Oh, that's okay. Come on, how do I go to 2022? Last year. Here we go. So it actually has me, let's see if anything confidential is on here. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I can show you guys this. It's estimating that I lost 1.6 thousand, like over $1,000, almost $2,000. Because my income was 5,000. Oh, it's also got my income. Oh, I think this knows how to include my claimer money. So it's got my income as $5,114, but my expenses at $6,000. So hold on one second. And yeah, most of it was in January. How did that all hit in January? Okay, I'm scrolling down. Where is it? Oh, I bought my Shelly's Millions light up sign for $293. Then on January 9th is when I committed to my website. And so I paid for the name, which was $156. Then I did Kajabi, which was the hosting site for the website, for $1,908. And I did cancel that. So I don't have an active website anymore. I had an LA Times subscription for $16. I had QuickBooks for $25. I was still part of the Graham Stephan mentorship at that point in time. He's since canceled it, but that was $79. Let's see here. We're still looking here. Some of the expenses it actually looks like are showing up twice. So that's weird. In April, I resubscribed to Canva, which I love. That was $120. LA Times for like 16. The mentorship for 79. Like some storage on the cloud for like $11.99, $2.99. YouTube membership for $4.99. And then like there's some StreamYard for 53. Anyway, all those expenses add up, and yeah, from last year they've got me that I lost $1,583.16. But hopefully that means I'll be getting some money back on my tax return. I don't know. Okay, so that's where we're sitting. So on paper, it looks like, oh yeah, I made a lot of money. And then I didn't make a lot of money. I actually lost money last year. So that is not fun. But it is what it is. Hold on. Other business expenses. This is the one. Sorry, I'm looking again. Some of these are duplicates. So I need to go through and sort out the duplicates because those don't count. Other business expenses was my highest category with like $3,000. A lot of that was Kajabi. So, that can be good for some people, but it wasn't the right decision for me. What's my next highest category? Oh, I have a lot of duplicates there too that it hasn't taken out yet. But yeah, just some of my utilities, like I can deduct some of my internet, I can deduct some of my cell phone, actually a lot of my cell phone because I film still on my phone. Legal and professional. Oh, TurboTax. But that's only going to be part of it. Materials and supplies. I forgot. I got some things. Anyway. So yeah, it's estimating that my total business expenses were $6,697. And so I lost $1,583 on the channel last year. Okay, you guys, I don't see any more questions. So I'm going to go ahead and hop out. Let me know if you want a detailed breakdown and a detailed video of what those business expenses turned out to be, how much I got back on my taxes, all that fun stuff. Joel, I hope you get your middle class tax refund soon. Alex and Debbie, you guys seem like you want to see Madonna in Portugal, so I will try and show a little bit of that. I'm working on a video from when I attended the trying to break the Guinness World Record for the world's largest pizza party with Eric. Debbie, I'll say bye to my mom. Thank you guys so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'm going to try and go live tomorrow, but honestly, I don't know. I know I don't get off of work tomorrow until 8 p.m. So depending on one, if I actually get out of work on time, and two, depending on how traffic is, I may or may not go live tomorrow. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.